guys, Dr. Dex here. We're focusing today on some trim work and then a little bit more railing that we have to do to finish off our stairs. Last week we got the staircase railing done, but first to continue the other side of the staircase we had to finish this outside trim piece, and we have to do some underside trim that we had to expose for our Regal Ideas crystal rail. So now we're going to cap that off and cover it off so that I can get this last section of railing done. And then what's left on this project is just to finish the underside trim of the rest of the deck and a little bit of work I have to do on the threshold on one of the doors upstairs, and then we're pretty much done with this one.
All right, well, what's up guys? YouTube. We're doing some Cortexing, so we're putting in some Faster Master Cortex plugs. This is the AZEK Dark Hickory color. This is the old school way that they do it, in a bag. And then, I don't know if you can catch that, but by my glasses, those are the collated plugs. They're a little easier to put on that way. They're all lined up the same way, so you just put the strip up, push them in, and then pound them in. These guys, we have to manually line up the grooves with the grooves on the wood. It's pretty easy to do. Just pop them in like that, and then, can you see that? And just give them a little light tap. And there you go. They disappear.
Dope! Well,
Can you
it'd
butt
be
joint on an angle? How do you do that? You just keep one board straight?
you just go, well, it'd work over here. Yeah, no miters. Did you get the walnut screws yet?
No, I'll go get it.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna make a template, Andy. All right, so right now I'm making a template for this trim piece that we're putting on the underside of the soffitting, because we had to cut open the soffitting on this job so we could get access to add blocking for our railing, plus all the wires and everything that we need to do to light up the crystal rail. So right now I'm making a template to make sure that the way I'm going to trim this soffit out is going to work good, and also have to notch around a post. So I don't want to cut a 12-foot piece of $8 a foot material and make a mistake and then have to trash it. So I'm going to spend a few minutes making a template with a piece of scrap, and then I'll be able to use that as fuel for the rest of this project.
What's a soffit?
Soffit is the cedar that's on the underside of this deck, and it finishes off the underside of this waterproof deck and makes it look nice. Now this is obviously existing soffitting. We didn't build the deck, we just added a new decking product on top of it to keep it dry, and then new railing. So now I've got to make this open gap look pretty. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I cut a dado out of this board so that it'll sit up against the trim and cover up all the nail lines, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. All right, so I got my template cut, and it's got my rabbit in it. So the concept was there's all this open space in here, and I needed to cover it up. So we put in support, we've nailed all these, and there's all these nails exposed. So now I'm gonna take this piece, and it's gonna fit like that. And then I'll be able to put a screw here and a screw here, and that's gonna hold this thing together. And it'll be able to be removed in the future if we ever have a leak, or if we ever had a light that goes out, or we ever need to gain access to any of this wiring. Dang. How am I gonna get this in here? It is not gonna fit. Maybe I might have to take these down. So trim's got to come down so I can get this other piece of trim in. Oh, sucker. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So Jay went through and did a layout by pre-drilling all of the holes for me, and then I'm coming behind him and we're presetting our screws, because this is going to be a board that's going under where the soffitting is. So we're going to have to hold it up in the air, and it's just a lot easier if you have your drill on you and you have the screws in and you put it up, and then you can just start fastening it. Saves time, makes it easier. I'm looking good.
Okay.
Wow, I love it.
Finish that. Finish.
Such a good look. I love that kind of stuff when we do little details, but you can't, when you look at it, you just don't know, but it looks awesome. No, it didn't make a lot of sense.
So what I did was I rabbited the back of this AZEK as my way to attach that bottom rail. I'm going to attach the picket to here, and then I'm going to attach that to the picket, and I'm going to attach the top rail to the picket as well.
And then fasten.
But this has to be at the exact perfect placement so that I can cut this on an angle, because originally I was going to cut that on a back angle, like some obtuse 53 or 54 degree angle, and it would have been all messed up. So now we don't have to do that. It's going to be amazing. The problem is this section has to be custom. Each picket has to be custom fit into that top rail, and then I don't know if, because these pickets have the special notch, this thing, I think we're going to have to manipulate them, maybe with a grinder, and cut a groove in each one to fit. Or we risk putting these in and seeing if we can get a closure cap on them. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yes. Picket spacer.
Picket spacer.
So I guess what I'm getting at is, instead of this being pre-cut, it's not going to have that. So we got to put these in like this, which I think is going to spread this out too far. You still can get them in, and as long as if we can get these in with, oh, that's not helpful. Oh, that ain't going to work. But you see what I'm saying? It's going to be like that. Okay, it does fit, but it widens this out. So basically, I've got to go right up against the curve. Okay. That answers that question. So that's the first thing I'm going to do is mount this. Can you hook me up a pre-drill, please? We're mounting our universal angle brackets for our railing to this post. And then I'm out after that, so then we're going to do a little bit different technique for the upper section. But we're kind of doing a funky install right now. And I got to kind of make some things up as we go. So that's what I'm doing. I could go up to, a 3 and 5. Oh, that's almost too much.
I think we have a third.
It depends on where I put this, because if I put it back here, we got a couple extra inches.
And you have this board right here to run into.
Right.
Troubles?
More like figuring, we're just figuring something out.
Which is?
Do you want a line?
I'm trying to figure out where to put this post so that it makes sense for our top rail to mount to.
What is this for?
Way to come up with some kind of a bracket that we could use to mount the top of the post to that board up there. 16th inch of play. Can you bang that with a mallet? Gorge. A little bit more? Do you want to put one of these fasteners from the outside, or do you want to do them both from the inside? Okay, wait. Andy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a bigger bit because the backside of the head of this I need to open up. If I don't, it's going to crush the inside of this post. Okay, hey, you got a hammer over there? Thank you.
Yeah.
I can't get this out without tugging on it a little. There we go. Awesome.
Is there a trick behind that, or like?
Well, I couldn't sit here and pull on it with my hand. So the trick is use something that doesn't hurt to pull out the screw. So yeah, I guess it's consider that a trick. Pretty. Oh, that's tight. All right, now we can start mounting a rail.